Hey boys, it's your boy. I haven't, uploaded a video in like almost a month, maybe 2 months. I don't actually know. It's been a while. I've been amassing paper, the bread, the cheese, because work, and I work 12-hour days, and I come home and don't want to record videos. I just want them, walk around and hang out. The game I've been playing, though, that I'm making a video on today is The Cycle. Let me switch cams and show ya, because it's I swear I'm not autistic. Anyways, The Cycle. It's a BR. It's first person. It's PvE focused. You're just... Let me read. Their wording is better than mine. The Cycle is a competitive match-based first-person quester. Be on the frontier of human civilization. Explore the rich planet of Fortuna 3. The first two were AIDS. The land of beauty matched only by its imminent dangers. The imminent dangers is PvE monsters. I recorded some gameplay. You're gonna watch it because you're good humans. In the gameplay, I wasn't talking. I was just hanging out playing. I just felt like recording for whatever reason. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna talk over it in post, but it's gonna be good, and you're gonna like the game, and you should play it. Hey, help your boy out. Turn on the notification bell.
Go crazy! Go stupid!
This is the Bulldog. Starting pistol shotgun thing. I've got long barrel on it. I've got slugs. Yeah, yeet. I saw, dudes. Again, this is like post Noah. I'm in editing. I didn't show this at the start, but I'm going to. Okay, the guns that I use in this game is the Bulldog. I showed it off at the start. I'm gonna talk about it real quick though. The Bulldog is a shotgun technically, but it's a starting pistol. When it starts out, it does very, very high base damage all on its own. So let me just unequip everything real quick. Let me show you. Base damage 224 with a clip size of 2. The best mods in the game. The thing that makes this broken beyond belief is the long barrel. So you take a shotgun and then you give it an extra load of range. Look at that, 3,000 base range. It adds 800 range. Then the slug rounds. It takes the spread and zeroes it. There's no spread whatsoever within reason. There's some spread in your reticle, but it's not like a shotgun dividing. It's literally one projectile, and it also adds more range, another 400. It's a sniper rifle, as you'll see in the game. Broken. It needs to be changed. I wasn't kidding. The second gun that I use in this game is the Flechette. This is easily the most broken gun in the game. The most broken gun. You're like 30 damage with a clip of 28. Why is it so broken, Noah? Okay, first, any gun you can put the heavy handle on, the recoil is just gone, doesn't exist. So it minuses the base spread. Your maximum, or your base spread is by 1, your max by 2.2, and then it adds 5.5 stability. Absolutely insane. It slows your ADS time by 0.05. Nothing at all. Literally nothing. Part of the reason this is broken is the rapid ejector, my bad, adds another 150 base RPM, another 75 damage a second. And you're like, wow, that's pretty good. It's already, pretty good. Then who thought this up? Whoever it is needs to be fired. Mercury infused needles. So it adds a 15% damage bonus to players, and it hurts you by a 15%, to monsters, but it's a player versus player gun. It is 100% broken. You'll see it happen in game where I absolutely shit all over people with it. It needs to be removed. I pick up some, abilities in the game. One of them that I actually take from another player is Stim Boost. It's basically just a stim shot. It heals you. It's not a big deal. I used to use it. I don't anymore. Disregard that. The ones I actually use is Cloak, and then I have a modifier for the evasion cloak, which, if I go to the item details here, modifies cloaking device to provide a user with a small boost of speed. So it's a speed boost on top of me being cloaked, but I get less damage resistance while I'm cloaked. I don't care. That's not a big deal. I just like running fast. The other one is the most broken ability in the game. 100% this needs to be changed. Basically, you put this ward down, it puts a huge 8,000 radius on the map. Everyone can see it, but if someone steps in it, it's like the Blackbird from Call of Duty. You can see it everywhere. You can see where they're looking. You can see what they're doing, how many of them there are. It's not a pulse. It's a constant. It's broken, and it needs to be removed. Alright, boys, as you can see here, we're in the game. You have the 3 factions here: Korolev, Osiris, and ICA. ICA is like a private contractor. Osiris is like a bunch of doctors, and Korolev is a bunch of Russians. Osiris talks to you like you're a son of a... ICA is pretty cool, I guess. They're like private military, whatever. But Korolev has Russians, and they're cool with everything. Like I said earlier, the other thing I'm talking about is that top right ability there. That's the cloak. I end up using that. And then the ward, the little scanner beacon thing, I also use that. And then my starting gun is the Bulldog, like I talked about. Broken, and you'll see why. And then the Flechette. The Flechette is also insane, and both of those need to be tweaked, and I think the ward actually needs to be taken out of the game. Like, though in its current state, it's broken. As you can see here on the map real quick, every map has different objectives, and you can see it on the top left there under the minimap. The Zeal is like a passive thing. You can pick it up, you gain points passively, but when you pick it up, you show up on the map. And then there's the power facility, which is there's like little beacon node things that have been like taken over by infestation or whatever, and you have to reclaim them. When you reclaim them, then you can turn the power back on. As you turn the power back on, there's a bigger main objective that pops up on the map, and it's like a global thing. And then you can turn on the central power, and that repowers everything basically. And then there's these things that I'm doing, the crystals. There's also like on the orange circles on the map are full of biomass or whatever. The monsters in those areas are mutated, so they're stronger, they do more damage, they have more health, but they also count towards the objective when you kill them. So they drop regular credit money that you can buy guns, abilities, whatever with, but you can also in turn use that to like heal that objective. So like here on the map, if you see the little power nodes, it's been like overtaken by like cancer and AIDS. So you basically do what I just did. You break them. There's 3 of them each time. You know, break all 3 of them, reconnect them, and then this big power thing to my right here is what you actually start. That's the generator. And while all this is going on, monsters are spawning. You know, as you get up in tiers, as you go up in levels, like in the game, as the game progresses, bigger and bigger enemies, like stronger and stronger, progressively, you know, keep spawning. And then there's certain areas like there's different global events for all kinds of stuff. For like biomass, like the next time I open my map, you'll see it or whatever. When you hit a certain number of biomass as a server, so like as the whole, you'll spawn the warden. The warden is the big boss monster, and you get a lot of points, like the stars, to win the game or spawning him and killing him, but he's hard to do by yourself. Another weird thing about the game is like where you saw me, you know, crouch spamming there. I do that partially because I'm autistic, and the other part is so I don't get shot right in the face. But if you do it too much and you flail around with your mouse, you have to keep on target with it. Like you can't move around while you're doing stuff or it'll interrupt your progress, so don't do that. The other thing is like when I tab and you can see all the stars and the names, like I said, this is a PvE game first. You can PvP, I do it in this or whatever, but it's PvE first. You can win the game if you never PvP, if you're good at PvE. And every time I tab in, you can see like what players, like what, you know, position you're in to other players. Right now I'm tied with the only other guy that's doing objectives, so we both have 1 star up in the top left. So we're both tied at first. I do end up winning this game. Yes, sorry, spoilers, I know. I win this game pretty hard, and I kind of poop on a lot of people, but I also almost die at one point because I'm autistic. You can also, you know, emote and do stuff. I have the backflip equipped because it's hilarious to do it off of everything, and I don't care if you don't like it, because I do. I do it literally all the time, constantly. Any chance I get, or like if you see me start to like back off of a ledge, I'm about to backflip. 100% that's why. And like I said, generally like when I'm crouch spamming, it's so I don't get shot in the face, but I'm also, like I said, autistic, so half the time I'm just doing it because it's like, you know, something I do, and my brain's like, you must backflip, you must crouch, but there's not really a reason for it all the time. I just do it. But like the thing on the map there, the big orange circle to the left, that's one of the biomass things, and I think I go in there, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I do. And if I do, you'll see like the monsters and like what they look like when they're mutated, all that. Oh, that is not them. I am going towards it though. My lizard brain is like, hey, you should go here because win game. And also the game isn't, you know, generally like laggy. If you're seeing that, it's laggy because I was lagging while this was going on. There was a huge storm going on, all kinds of horses and you know, lag, but it's not too bad. I don't know if there's lag compensation in the game or what, but overall this game feels pretty good. And like I said, I am lagging, so generally it's better than this. Pretty spicy. And like I said, here's the biomass or whatever. Also sometimes the AI break, you know, because this is still the alpha, and they constantly do like their shooting sound animation, whatever, but they're dead, and that's what they were doing. Here's where I buy the flechette. This gun is 100% broken, and the thing that I marked on the map was actually the Zeal shard. The Zeal shard is the thing I told you all earlier that, you know, you pick it up, it gains passively in the background, but while you're carrying it, you know, you show up on the map for everyone. So there's a risk involved with it, but if no one can test you or you're good at fighting in the game, it's literally free points. You don't have to do anything with it other than carry it with you. And I'm pretty sure there's a point coming up where I see the Zeal coming towards me. So there's a player that's carrying it and I decide to go fight him or something. I don't exactly remember. I'll jump around because I don't want to show everything in the game. You know, some of this is pretty boring. All right, yeah. Okay, so I jumped back to the thing I was doing in the meantime was the biomass killing the stuff or whatever. That's what I did. I actually leveled up again. I think I got 2 stars out of it, maybe 1. I don't remember. But as you can see on the map here, this Zeal is moving up. I know there's a player here, so I decided to go fight him. A thing you can do in the game is like, I'm in whatever the hell, like Lone Wolf, that's the actual title of the game mode, and so everyone spawns in the game solo. You can't queue into this, but you can create packs with each other where you guys can group up, you share the XP, you share the score, but it halves your money gain, and you lose your shields. So these two are in a pact. They decided that they would both, you know, try to gank me. You know, to a regular human, maybe. but I'm not a human. I'm like 100% a lizard person. This gun absolutely shreds. I destroyed that man. His whole bones died. I destroyed this man. He has no idea what's going on. Easiest 2v1 of my life. Like I said, the flechette is broken. Another thing that they apparently didn't know is if you hold your interact button while you're down like that, the first time you go down, you can triage out. And when you triage or recall, whatever you want to call it, you actually go back to your spawn location and it uses your recall. You can only do that once a game, but they could have lived where they turn into foam like that and like they're basically dead. They're done. They didn't actually know it. Either they had already fought and used theirs earlier or they didn't know it existed. There's a lot of people that don't. You can leave. They didn't, so they actually died. The thing I took off of that guy was stem. As you can see over there on the right, that's the stem. And when you die, like when you're good and dead, you drop whatever guns you've purchased and you drop any equipment. So like if you brought like a turret or like a ward or something, you would drop that on death. And the player that kills you can take that. They can use it. Now the deal with that is they can't upgrade it. So like you can upgrade everything in the game 3 times. The guns, differ. Some of them give rate of fire. Some of them are damaged. Some of them are like weapon spreads, stuff like that. The abilities are either like a cooldown or a duration or whatever. You can't add that on if you takes it, even if that's something that you have equipped, like to upgrade it has to be yours, but you can still take it. And not having an ability versus having even 2 really bad abilities, the bad ones are worth it. So I picked it up. And same as before, I'm going to jump around. I don't want to show all the farm, because the farming part of the game is fun. It's like mindless or whatever, where I don't really struggle with it. But the PvP part of this game is what I like. It's just the balance of everything in the game is equal to a point where even if you don't like PvP or if you're bad at it, you can 100% win games. You can feel like you're accomplishing a goal and you can carry your team if the rest of your 2-man squad, 3-man squad, whatever is doing like PvP or doing other objectives. If you're just doing like farming in the back of the map, you can 100% win the game for them. I've been having a ton of fun with this game. And then here's a point where that guy, he has shields, so he's solo. I used the stem that I picked up, and then this guy, he miscalculated the flechette. He was like, oh, I'll forget about this guy. And I decide, I have, my shields are on regen. His is like being pushed down. Now he has no shields and about half health. So flechette OP, broken. And then he starts to run away. I'm like, oh yeah, baby, let me pull out the shotgun because, it's actually a sniper rifle. And then boom, he's dead. And then I BM backflip, because I'm a toxic YouTuber. Like I said, the flechette in this game is 100% broken. The bulldog is kind of dumb, and they both need to either be taken out of the game or tweaked because in its current state, it's pretty broken. So, y'all, jump cut. All right, real quick, just the thing I showed earlier before I jumped back in. There's the yellow zeal crystal, which is what I'm carrying. There's also a red zeal crystal. The deal with that is you gain half as much, so you gain 10 per second with the regular one. With the yellow one, you gain 5 per second with the red one. But the benefit of the red one is if you extract with it, then you get a bonus 3 stars just for leaving with it. So even if you don't carry it all game, like I'm gonna avoid it until the end. But if you carry it at the end, it's 100% worth. Like you could be down 2 or 3 points, you get a point for extracting, so you have a total of 4. You could be down 3 points behind someone else and still win the game if they don't gain any while they're leaving. The zeal crystals themselves are something that you need to pay attention to. Like people can skyrocket in points if you don't deal with them or if you let them carry it all game. The other thing while I'm here, I traded out that stem that I did, and now I have my ward. I placed the ward on the map, and then I picked up the cloak earlier. The cloak is something I legitimately use just to run around. Like it's not fully invisible, especially if you're running. There is a mod, the other mod, where you can go fully invisible, but it only works while you're completely still, and I don't want to use it like that. So it's nice to give me the advantage, like if I know someone's there, that I cloak and I get to jump on them. But it's basically just the movement speed. The movement speed, because there's a lot of people in the game that use different suits. Like the suit I'm using right now is the basic default jetpack suit, and you can fly around with your jetpack. You can jump off a really high stuff and then jetpack your way up so you don't take fall damage. A lot of people use the quick suit. The quick suit, you take more damage, you have less health, you can crouch slide and jump, and you gain momentum. So people that don't want to fight, they crouch slide and then jump and haul, and not fun. So I use the cloak to catch up to him. This man I almost died to. He's insane. I don't know why I reloaded. My lizard brain was like, you shoot, must reload. And then he's like a coward that plays the turret and the shield. So I had to wait for the shield, didn't have the damage to kill him. I avoid the turret because if you just stand in front of it, it will hurt you. He's using the kinetic arbiter, which is a sniper. So he two-shot me, just about killed me. And then he whiffed. And because he whiffed that third shot, I lived. If he'd have hit me again, I would have died. Okay, so I pulled out the flechette. I ended up killing him. You can triage out. When you triage out, you drop $50. Just to jump back real quick, the thing I picked up earlier, I didn't talk about it, but these two like little green egg things, those are part of the like the personal contracts. And I didn't know it at the time of recording this, but they're bugged where I could pick that second one up, and on my screen I did. Up at the top right when I did though, it said cannot carry a second item. So I don't know if I'm actually carrying two. I don't know if you're not supposed to be able to, if you're supposed to be able to and it's just bugged. But you bring it back here and it gives you free stars or whatever. And where I have technically two of them, I got 2 stars. So you're not supposed to be able to carry 2, or maybe you are. I got 2, but it still shows on the map up there, like when I'm not zoomed in on the gun, where the little box is still on my name or on my person, like I'm carrying it, but I actually turned both of them in. So that's bugged. That's there the rest of the game. I don't actually have one. I get bamboozled and go back a couple of times checking about it because I didn't know, but it's not supposed to work that way. It's not supposed to be that way. Okay, the Warden Alpha was the thing I was talking about earlier. As a server, we've amassed enough biomass to spawn the Alpha. The Alpha is a global boss. You can go over there, you can grab it and fight it. It spawns minions of its own. It itself is hard to kill. You know, it's not easy. Everyone can do it. You can get ganked while you're fighting it if you're not careful. So I decided to go over there for video's sake, but I don't think I actually ended up going there. I think I ran into players or something like that. I ended up fighting again. I just left it. And as you saw earlier, like I said with the item thing, I was carrying another item. I turned both of them in, didn't know it, and then I was trying to turn it in. It's bugged. They're not actually still on me. I can't actually turn it in, but it does show on the map and on me that I'm still carrying it and can turn it in. The other thing is you can spawn these bikes. The bikes are also bugged right now where they don't make noise. They're basically silent, but they're a faster movement speed by quite a bit. So I spawned one to get over there quicker just because, you know, there is a time limit up at the top ticking down, and it would take me a hell of a lot longer to run over there than it would be to drive over there. So I get distracted with my lizard brain because someone walked into my ward over there, and it happens to be someone that's carrying a zeal. So I'm still in first. The person behind me has 9 stars. I have 12, but I don't want anyone to be gaining free points. And he starts heading towards this red zeal, and I'm saving that for myself. So I decide to go over here to kick his, and he gets absolutely demolished because I'm a piece of garbage. Target located. He's a dead man. Cool, half of his health is gone, no shields. Hey, cool. Be a shame if I was using a flechette. So of course, like a smart human, he recalls. He gives me my 50 bucks. I cloak, and then I decide to go get the red zeal because the evac is arriving, the ship is coming in, and then you have to go fight. And the deal with the evac is the ship always spawns in the same spot, always right in the middle. Everyone knows it's like a global event. When it spawns though, there's a like it spawns a bunch of monsters and stuff in the middle. The pilot won't land if you don't clear it. It doesn't have to be specifically you, but someone on the server has to go in there and clear it, or the pilot won't land. You know, I'm running in here. I have my ward up. I place a ward because it's really broken because, you know, the majority of the server is here. They have to be here. There's a guy behind me that was following me the whole time, and he tries to team up, and I feel kind of bad. He hits me with the wave, but I hit him with no and try to get him to leave. And then somehow he blows himself up. I don't exactly know what he did there, but he hurt himself and downed him, so I just killed him. And the reason I don't actually like accept the packs is because you lose your shields. That's a lot of health that you lose, and if you do get ganked by another team that's together, it feels really bad to lose. Another thing, just to note there, is if you take too much damage, you drop the zeal. So on the map up there, he made me drop it, and I didn't want him to grab it. But then there's all kinds of players. There's 4 people here. So this guy gets shot in the back. I mostly kill him. Then he fully dies to me. This guy tried to take my zeal. I made him drop it, and then I decided, no. We're gonna push it. And he runs away. He quick slides out, and I'm like, okay, f it, I don't care. But then his lizard brain decides to come back. Then I push him again. He keeps coming back. I don't know what he's doing. Like, he's getting super damaged. And then I decide that, you know, I can't let him just leave. I can't let him take my zeal. So I push him. I kill him. I'm using my lizard brain tactics here. And then he runs away. So I grab the thing, I cloak, and then I want to fight, but everyone just immediately runs to the exit. So I did a lot of damage to that guy, almost killed him, didn't finish him off. I'm in first, there's only one other person left, and my game lags really hard because I alt-tab by accident here. You know, it doesn't do this when you have a brain, but you know, your boy don't. I'm gonna jump cut to the part where it actually catches back up and I tab back in because I have autism. All right, we're back. This is the man. I said we're back. This is the man here. As you can see, we're spectating Jota Limorte, and he has 2 stars. He's hauling to the objective. He's trying to get out. He will not win. He's in very last place, whether he makes it or not, but he's a new player, so you know, props to him for making it. All the skull and crossbones are people that didn't. So out of the entire server of 19 people, only 5 of us made it. That's pretty good. Even for a new guy, here I'm showing off the things that made me the most points. The crystal made me 3, the shard made me 3, the red shard made me 3 all on its own, and then the biomass also made me 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my cancerous editing, and yeah, yay.
I have Ligma and I want to die, but the cycle makes me want to live. Please play the game, it's so good. Thanks for watching, don't kill yourselves, yeet.